Hello YouTube, this is Irkie500. We're going to be doing another Shogun 2 online battle. It's between myself over here and JuniBoy11. I believe this is on the Waterfalls map, and we're using medium unit sizes for some reason. I don't know why. Just a quick army overview here. I brought 2 bow samurai, unvetted. I brought the hero matchlock unit. I have my decently sharp blades, sword attendants, good meat shield unit, gun fodder, lone sword Ashgar, cannon fodder, lone sword, eye gouge Irkie500, flee quickly Irkie500, deep penetration Nagi Sam, use the pointy end Naginata Samurai, just a regular unit of Yari Ashgar. I think I only have one of those guys. Yeah. 2, I'm sorry. 2 units of those. And then my general, which is a leader general at this time. I think I was ranked 3-star bronze at this point, so, and I think I'm about to tick over to 5-star bronze at the moment, so moving up decently quick. He brought, this is my second time recording it, so I got a chance to look at the unit screen afterwards. He brought 5 units of Bow Ashigaru, 6 units of Katana Samurai, 2 units of Yari Ashigaru, light cav, and I think that's it. I want to say there's another cav unit in there, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. I'm going to go to play. Key buildings for this map were Morale Shrine over here on the left, a farmhouse in the middle, and a workshop which doesn't even come into play because all of the combat takes place in the middle. So let's not even worry about that. I'm going to rush the Morale Shrine. He deployed in the middle and is stationary at the moment, so that gave me a free shot to cross the water safely and capture the Morale Shrine. And this does give, I believe it's a +3 bonus. I think it used to be +4, but then they changed it in a patch at some point. So he's going to start moving. He ends up hiding a bunch of, I think he does have a couple of units hidden in the woods actually right now, and I just haven't seen them yet. But I'm going to actually fast forward a little bit because this battle does kind of drag out for a little while. It's a lot of skirmishing in the beginning and a lot of moving around. So we'll get to regular speed once things start to happen here. Moves a couple units down there to try and take the farmhouse, and I'm going to make him pay for it. And then I end up moving my Yari cavalry around the back of his lines, and he has nothing to defend it back there, except a unit of Yari Ashigaru, which cavalry can easily outmaneuver. So, like I said, just a skirmish fight going on right now. I'm trying to get up close shots of the blood effects and how overdone it is, but that's okay. Makes the game fun. People are just dying with gallons of blood spitting out for some reason, even though it's not true. Real life, it's okay. Nice flaming arrow volley there, got another one rolling in here. So, Bow Ashgar definitely very inferior to Bow Samurai. And you actually see a couple dead horses. This is his general unit that he moved up too quickly. I'm not sure if that was just a micro mistake or of some sorts, or he just didn't know how much range the archer units had. But I ended up moving, getting a couple shots and killed about 5 of these guys there. Excuse me. So I guess I just a lot of skirmishing to start with. End up moving to my matchlocks up here. They have great terrain, so I'm actually going to unload right into the corner of that Bow Ashigaru, and I think I got about... tells you how different replays can be. I got 13 on that volley, and in the last replay I got 19 kills, so they do change from a little bit from time to time, but that's okay. Oh, never mind. Silly mistake on my part. Yep, so like I said, just a lot of skirmishing going on. I do get my Yari Cav back here, and he did have a light cavalry back there, but got trashed. But these guys did take some casualties, and a little bit of archer fire. I think I might have gotten tangled up in a spear unit. But now he leaves his general wide open to a Irkie500 charge, and we're going to get him just on that charge, he lost 7 men. So he has all bow units back here and nothing to reinforce against cavalry. He doesn't move his Yari Ashigaru up the hill to try and support at least quickly enough. Look, these guys are wavering and they've only been they're under matchlock fire. They shattered with half strength left. So right there, I think that was a micro mistake on my part. I think I was going for a bow unit and ended up just charging a Yari Ashigaru by accident. Oh well, they did their damage. This bow samurai got very anxious to end more lives and started running off. I didn't have him in guard mode, so he started to pursue a unit and ended up running back, but a little too anxious there. These guys start tearing into a katana samurai unit down here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so these guys start getting ripped up pretty good too. And these guys never even got touched for the entire battle, didn't even lose a single man, as all of his archer units ended up routing, or they did not get close enough to shoot. Against these guys, we didn't even target them, but I mean, after a couple volleys, they're already down 20 men. I would have committed that light cav to charge the matchlock unit. You know, he was already 3/4 of the way there. I might have turned a sword attendant unit, but they don't have any bonus versus cavalry, so I would have just, the light cav unit's cheap, they're expendable, and I would have charged them in there, and look, they just stand here and get slaughtered. I mean, so I would have charged them in there and tried to, because as soon as you make contact with the matchlock unit, they cannot fire anymore. So if that ever does happen to you, I think the only exception is if they are in guard mode, the units on the end, if you charge like the middle of a very large unit, the units on the end will still continue to fire. Because this unit is so small, they are going to get wrapped up in combat, and I think he should have charged his light cav and disrupt for a little while, because they ended up getting quite a few kills this match. So that's something you can think about there. And this battle ends pretty quick, because I start just enveloping his troops with my cannon fodder and gun fodder over here, taking care of the katana samurai unit. And then we've got deep penetration Naginata samurai over here, making some people's bobs. Some nice dueling there. Winning. Tons of blood all over the place. So yeah, I just end up throwing my mincemeat katana unit in there to just finish them off, and these guys skirmish with a couple of troops that are routing back there. And he just keeps sending units over the water, and we end up getting to just a massive melee blow. I should have outflanked him there. I mean, I had the units to do it, but I think I just got lazy and was just like, whenever I click an attack order, and if something happened, you know. At this point, you know, I had a pretty significant advantage, so I would have been very surprised if I lost, but so yeah, I got lazy. But these guys are still doing work. I mean, they're up to about 100 kills. The morale effect of matchlocks is just absolutely devastating to enemy units. So, you know, even a matchlock Ashigaru, if they get off one volley, chances are their morale is going to drop significantly of whatever unit you're firing in the general direction of. So, good game to my opponent. His general ended up dying pretty early in the battle, and I think that didn't help. So I'm going to stop the video here. We're going to go to the replay, or the statistics screen, and I'll show you the unit statistics and do a recap. Alright, so here is the unit stats. I deployed just under 1,000 men. He had around 1,350, so he definitely had the numbers advantage there, but I think he brought too many of the wrong type of unit. And I'm not trying to insult any of my opponents. I apologize if you get offended. I'm just making observations, and you don't have to listen to them. I don't really care. I don't know you. I've never met you. So anyway, both samurai and my matchlock unit did very well this battle. They got quite a few kills for me. So those are the two standouts. And this is what I was talking about. You know, he brought 6 units of katana samurai and 6 units of bow Ashigaru. Now, in three units of light cav. So while light cav, it gives you, mobility and speed. They just don't have the punch of a Irkie500. They can be used, and I have used them in a situation where if you get a hammer and anvil, they can be devastating. But other than that, they have pretty low morale. Their melee stats are terrible. So unless they're even highly upgraded, the only thing you can put into them is pretty much speed and fatigue resistance. So they're not even a very good veteran unit. But I would have dropped probably all the bow Ashigaru units and brought 2 or 3 bow samurai, and maybe dropped 1 or 2 of the katana samurai and brought a couple more defensive units to help hold his line a little bit. And then, as well as, I like the idea of hiding in the woods and trying to ambush your opponent. But here's the thing: after I had moved up to the morale shrine, if he stayed in those woods and not contested anything, it would have been an easy capture to the farmhouse, and then I could have just ran a cavalry unit to go capture the workshop, which was way off in the right, and then you would have started that timer and forced him out of the woods. So if you do have somebody who likes to camp in the woods or hang out in the woods near the deployment zone and you're playing with key buildings, keep that in mind. If you capture all the key buildings, that timer will start and they have 10 minutes before they lose. So an easy way to draw somebody out of a spot that, nobody wants to walk into woods and fight in the woods. You don't want to play into your opponent's strategy. You want to outthink them. That's what I like about this game is, there's so many options that you can do. So keep that in mind. If you have somebody who's playing a little bit more defensive, try and exploit what weaknesses they have. And, I think he played a little too defensive, and the army composition could have been a little bit better. But nonetheless, good game to my opponent. We all make mistakes, so nobody's perfect. But I have quite a few more replays to get you guys, so stay tuned. I'm gonna try and burn through those tonight. I have probably 5 or 6 more to do. So anyway, up until then, I will see you all later on the YouTube battlefield.